Hi, Mrs. Schauf here, and we're going to be talking about quotes or quotations for a second, and how to tell if a quotation is actually from a certain person. So sometimes when you find a quote on the internet, it can actually be misquoted, which means someone wrote it down incorrectly, or sometimes there are false quotes, which means that person didn't say that thing at all. Or it might be misattributed, which means that someone else said that, not the person that they have written down as said it. So those are some options for quotes. And usually what I do when I have a quote that I see on the internet, sometimes you'll see a meme with a quote, or you'll see it in a paper or on Goodreads, something like that. Usually what I'll do is I'll look up the quote exactly how it's written, and I'll do that in Google. And what you need to do is find a good source that actually dedicates the quote to that person. So it's not misattributed and it's not misquoted or a false quote. You have to find a source that actually has that quote with that person. And you have to make sure the source is reliable. So if you scroll down, you'll see that I've written a quote here, and it's attributed to Albert Einstein. And the first result is for the Simple Dollar, that website. I've never heard of that before, so I don't think I'm going to start there. I've heard of Business Insider, but why would they be talking about a quote from Albert Einstein? Quote Investigator I've heard of because I've done this before. Quote Investigator is actually a website someone has created to investigate quotes and where they come from. The only thing I would say about this website is that it's a private website run by someone. And how do we know whether this person is an authority on the source? So you could start here, that's for sure. And then what they're saying is that there's no substantive evidence that Albert Einstein wrote this or said the statement above. So Quote Investigator is a place you could start, but there's another one that you could do. You could always go to one of the fact-checking sites that I've mentioned before, and those are things like Check Your Facts or Snopes or factcheck.com, and they'll give you more information too. And usually they're really easily formatted, so this one also says false. There's no evidence that he said that. And then it actually has a little bit more information related to it. So when you see a quote on a meme or in a paper or somewhere else, you should make sure just to go and look for that somewhere else and make sure the source you're getting the info from is reliable and has something to do with the quote in general. All right, if you have any questions, let me know.